The market pushes higher on Friday, then sells off into the close. Have we finally seen the top? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so in last week's video, we talked about the fact that we were moving into a heavy resistance zone, but until the market broke support, pressure remained up, and that's what we saw for the first part of Friday as they continued to push higher. However, on the second half of the day, Friday, they did start to sell a little bit and broke the upper layer of support. So now the question is the top in? I'll get into that in just 1 second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, so with the break of upper support, it is a little bit of a warning to the bulls, but the bears still have a long way to go. So let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the daily chart for the S&P 500. I do like to start the week with a bigger picture view so that you can kind of understand where we're at in a big picture before we drill down into the smaller micro stuff. So off of the highs back here in January of 22, we did count this as an A, B, C down for A. We would look for this to be the completion of B back to the upside, and then we'd be looking for C down as our primary count toward the 3,000 area. Now, this does still remain our primary count as long as we hold in the area we are now, and nothing has really changed over the week. Yes, they've pushed a little bit higher, and they've reached the ES 1.0 at about 45.62, where A equals C. And so we are in a very heavy resistance area, the top of this B wave, this 1.0 right here. All of this should be very difficult for the bulls to blow through on a first attempt. And our base case is the ABC to the downside. That is our primary count. So that would count as this A down. We would be completing B. So in a bigger picture view off of this top, what we'd want to see in this count is a 5-wave move into about the 4,000 to as low as 3,800 area. So you'd want to see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into that area, and then a corrective bounce, and then come back down and take out this low, and that would point us toward that 3,000 region, or possibly even lower than that. Now for the bullish count, the alternate count here that would take us to new all-time highs, I'm not a fan of this count because of how this wave 1 looks. It's very overlapping and corrective, but that would count as 1 up, 2 down, then 1, 2, and we're in 3 of 3 here. We would expect that up to about the 4630 region. On the ES 4600 SPX region, look for a pullback, okay, in that case, into the 4350 area or so, and then a move higher from there up toward the 5100 area, so to new all-time highs at that point. Then a pullback from there and potentially up to as high as 5500 for the overall pattern to play out. Now, this would take quite a while to play out, but that would be what we would look at if the market does break through this resistance area and continue to push higher past this 1.0 area. So those are the big picture looks. Let's drill down and look at what we saw last Friday. Okay, so on the 5-minute chart, we do have a pretty good setup for an impulsive move down here where you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're kind of building 5 here. I would like to see them push down to the 45.17 area. I could argue that we actually already have 5 waves down, but it's a little bit shallow. I'd like to see at least 45.24, but more accurately 45.17. But they did break through a key level of upper support here, this wave 4 at 43.535. The next key level they're kind of bouncing off right now, 45.27, but a really big level for them is going to be 45.08. That's the 382 retrace of this potential being a wave 3. So if we were going to get like a 4 and then shoot higher in a wave 5 towards 4,600, you would want to see that 45.08 area hold in the bullish count. So in the bullish count, you would want to see them hold here, then push here, and that would be much more likely we're in the count to the new all-time highs. In the bearish count, you want to see them break this 45.08 as well as this 44.92 level to really give us a strong indication that this top is in and we're trying to move lower in either a wave 4 of a bullish count or that C wave of the bearish count. So right now, since I can argue 5 down, I would look for a little bit of a bounce, and then I'd look for a bigger move down from there in 5 waves that would break that support and give us an indication the top is in. That's what you'd want to see in the bearish count. In the bullish count, you would want to see them hold 45.08 and come back and take out the high. Over on the NASDAQ, okay, on the NASDAQ, we are counting this very similarly off the top here back in January or November or so when they made the high in the NASDAQ, and then they came down in what we're calling a wave A. looking at a B wave higher and then C wave down after that toward the 8,000 region, just kind of depending on what kind of structure we get here and the depth. That would still be the overall primary count. If they do push up past this 16,000 level, the top of this blue box, that is a strong indication that we are more likely in the bullish count, where we're in, 1, 2, 1, 2 setup, and this is 3 of 3. You look for 4 of 3 and then 5 of 3 back up toward the all-time highs, a wave 4, and then another push up toward the 18,500 area to 19,000 area on the NASDAQ. So NASDAQ has both a bullish and bearish count as well, and it really just depends on both charts on this pullback. If this pullback is impulsive to the downside, then we get the bigger C wave on both charts. If it's corrective, then we're looking for a wave 4 of 3 pullback and then a move higher from there. So that's the big picture on the NASDAQ. It hasn't really changed since last week, but I did want to go over it again just so we know where we're at. Drilling down into the smaller charts. Now on the NASDAQ 5 minutes, I can also give you a pretty good case for 5 down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and they got a 5th wave down. I prefer they push it down towards 15,627 to complete the move, but technically we do have enough waves in place. Then you would look for a bounce, and then another 5 wave move down to break support to give us a strong indication the top is in and we're starting to push back down. So the key levels on the NASDAQ, they broke the first one here, this wave 4 low at 15,678. The next key level would be 15,573, and then after that 15,485 would be a very strong level to break to indicate that the move up has completed and we are in a stronger move down from there. The bulls, on the other hand, do want to hold 15,573 on this move down, so they'd like to see an A, B, C into this level, hold, and then push higher back over toward this back over the 16,000 level before we get our next major wave 4 pullback back toward the 14,500 area and then up from there. So the bulls want to hold 15,573 and go take out the top, and that would put us much more in the count toward new all-time highs. Guys, if you love the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link. It will take you right over to the website. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible plans that are monthly plans, as well as our Elliott Wave for Beginners course. It's an a la carte course that you can buy on its own. However, it is included in both monthly plans. Now, this Elliott Wave for Beginners course is outstanding. It's 25 videos where I go over introduction and mindset, your chart setup, and every tool you need to use along with Elliott Wave to confirm targets and reversals, as well as the Elliott Wave for Beginners course, where I go over each wave, how they work, where they fail, all the different points you need to know so that you can finally understand how the market works instead of trying to decipher the news cycles. As I said, it does come free in both rooms, or you can buy it on its own. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions answered, a midday video where I go over exactly where we are in the counts and what to expect, as well as the training material you just saw. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing trade, which means our trades can last anywhere from a few days to a few months, so we don't trade quite as often as a day trading room does. However, if you are interested in day trading as well as individual stocks, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as individual stocks, day trading, and PT's reduced risk binary method that just crushes the market. He gets you in at a cheap price and gets you big multiples on your money, and it's how he structures the trade that's so unique. Something you have to see to understand, and that's another reason we give you that 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into an account, trading mini ES futures, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we would love to have you in these rooms so we can all make money together. Okay, key takeaways for today. On the ES, the bears are looking to break key support, which will be down around the 45.08 level. They would like to see a continued push towards 45.17 to kind of give them a more complete 5 down, then a bounce, and then a break of support after that. The bulls want to hold 45.08, then take it back over the high, which would pretty much confirm we are in the more bullish count towards all-time highs. Over on the NASDAQ, same type of setup. They broke initial upper support, but they still need to break the 15,573 and 15,485 levels. The 15,627 level would be a good target for this move down to kind of get a little bounce. If they can get a corrective bounce and come back and take out that low, again, we would target these support areas. The bulls want to hold 15,573, take it back over the highs, and that would be a strong indication of a new move to all-time highs in the overall big picture. Guys, that is the market update for today. I will talk to you tomorrow.